Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can. There's an echo though. Simone's gonna have to come and get this squared away.
Okay. I think everybody's just gonna have to be on mute
It's an
there.
echo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I did just email you. We just completed a committee meeting, so yeah, we have training education this morning already. So
it's all right. Thank you for having us though this morning.
sure thing.
Busy morning for you.
Yes. Well, that's okay. So it looks like you were able to share. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. Thank you.
We have
27 people so far. Do you see the chat box?
You need to hold on. What did you say, Kelly? I apologize. I didn't hear you.
Quite a few people.
Yeah. I know I'm unmuted.
Nate, you have to mute. You said what, Kelly? I'm sorry.
It's okay. We have quite a few people signing up this morning. So I just noticed in my emailers if they're still coming in. So
okay, that's fine.
Whatever I sent you is just as of 4 o'clock yesterday. But we will get you a follow-up just to have.
Absolutely no issue. Thank you so much. Okay, we do have a chat box. Good morning, Miss Fran.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jack Thomas.
Good morning, Miss Montgomery.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous now. The infamous Jack Thomas is on the call. I'm glad to hear your voice.
I'm glad to be heard.
I heard that.
Hey, Kelly.
Good morning. I don't see you, but I'm imagining. Okay, since there he is.
There he is.
Good to see you. Yes, everybody feel free to turn on your video. Don't be shy.
I just had to say good morning to Jack. Boy, I ain't seen you in so long. Hey,
okay.
Jack.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey.
Good morning. This is Yolanda Gray.
Good morning. Hi, Linda. I'm just saying I love to see your guys' faces. Hi, Mr.
Good morning, Miss Montgomery. How are you?
Good. How are you, Mr. Musa?
Okay.
Good.
Good morning. This is Shauna.
Hi, Shauna. How are you?
Good. Good morning. Nice to see everyone.
Nice to see everyone.
How you doing, Miss Shauna?
Hello, Wale. How are you?
Doing fine, thank you.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
Shauna.
I love it. Trying to see the best way I can do this. Simone, you see the chat box? I don't think she heard me.
It's on the bottom. Do you see that?
Okay. So you're good with that?
I was muted. I do see the chat box and I got it.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. I can't seem to. Okay. Gina, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
We can hear you. It's
Yes, sir.
9:03. If you
Good,
guys
thanks.
go.
Thanks. Looks like we have about 60 participants, and gonna give it a couple more minutes. We'll start at 5 after. That should be good.
Okay.
Two.
Good morning, M&H Concrete. I love the message.
Good morning. Can you hear us? This is M&H.
I can. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. All righty, let's get started. Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Morning.
All right. For those who don't know, my name is Nate Adams, and I want to thank you all that have decided to join us for this meeting. The purpose of this meeting is so that the MWBE Program Office for St. Louis County can explain the rules for our program to contractors and the public at large. The rules have been approved by St. Louis County Council, and we will be utilizing them in all contracts moving forward. We're not here to debate the rules. We're here to explain what our expectations are and to provide clarity on how and why we have adopted them. We have written our rules based on federal guidelines from 49 CFR Part 26, industry standards and best practices for the DMWB programming. Our rules have been prepared by and reviewed by DMWBE practitioners, county officials, and attorneys, and are deemed to be fair to all parties involved. Our staff is approximately 80% complete. And by the end of this month, we shall be fully staffed with 3 contract compliance monitors, a project manager, an administration person, and a director. So right now, I'm gonna stop and have Ms. Montgomery take over. She's the project manager, and she will handle the program from this point forward.
Well, thank you, Nate. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope everybody can hear me clearly. I'm stuck in a corner trying to do a presentation in mom mode. So I appreciate you guys coming here and spending a little bit of your time with us. Again, I'm Gina Montgomery. I'm the manager of compliance for St. Louis County. And I will be giving a high-level overview of some of the changes in the rules and regs and how we will administer the program from here on out. We will answer questions. I will try to give a little bit of time after each slide for questions. But if you have an in-depth question that we don't really have time to answer today, please submit them in writing. You can address them to me and Nate. And after we send out the follow-up and thank you, our contact information will be in there, but we'll be happy to answer questions that we can handle so it doesn't take up too much time on today. So with that, I'm going to start with, I'm just going to go right into it if I can figure out how to do this. There you go. So again, as Nate said, we updated our rules and regs that have been approved. And we also are just defining our processes as we go along. You'll hear the name Simone Riney, who is our secretary and administrative assistant, Trinia Russell, who is a contract specialist. And again, we'll have 2 more specialists coming on here shortly. So they will be in the field. So you can contact any one of us regarding any of this information. But let's start with prompt pay. So as far as prompt pay is concerned, according to 49 CF, sorry y'all. According to 49 CFR 2629, it requires recipients of federal funds to mandate and enforce prompt payment of to subcontractors, including the payment of retainage from prime contractor to the subcontractor within 30 days after the subcontractor's work has been satisfactorily completed. That means everything on the job, everything is approved, everybody's happy on the job. We also need the documentation for that. And prior to now, St. Louis County has not been enforcing prompt pay as required by federal and state laws. But from here on out, we will be enforcing that. We want to make sure that our program is fair and robust. And if you have any issues with prompt payment, please contact us immediately. That's the reason why, and you'll see in the later slide, that reporting is very, very, very important because, you know, we have, of course, it has happened in the past that payment has not been received for, you know, 30, 60, 90, 12 months, and we don't know about it. The project is 2 years long, and then we have a lot of paperwork and a lot of rigmarole to go through. So we want to encourage you guys to make sure as you're doing these payments, please go in the system and update it. Make sure your lien waivers and everything are in there so that we can take care of the problem promptly and according to state and federal rules. Is there any questions regarding that? Simone, let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're good?
Good to go for now.
Thank you. So monitoring. The DB program regulation 49 CFR 2637B requires that the county monitors work performed by all DBEs on every contract on which DB participation is claimed. The DB regulations do not permit the monitoring of only a sample or percentage of contracts on which DBs participate, meaning we are, once it's in the county's possession, We are responsible for the monitoring and compliance of that project from the start to the finish. Prior to now, St. Louis County was only monitoring projects and submitting documentation at project closeout, which of course, again, kind of causes an issue because it's playing catch up. So I'm going to say this probably on every slide, so please forgive me, but I think it needs to be said. That's why reporting is very, very important. Of course, you are all familiar with the B2G system, in which all our projects are inputted. Your subs are in there. If you have any issue with that, give us a call. We can give you some training on that. I know some people have been having some issues. So I know that our staff has talked about doing some training in the future. And so if there's enough of you, we would like to do that as a whole, but we are glad to talk to you individually and figure out how we can make this process smooth for everyone. Any questions on that? We're good?
Okay. We're good.
Hang on one second. So please define prompt pay 10, 15, or 30 days.
I didn't hear you, Miss Kelly. It's really faint.
There's one question. Please define prompt pay 10, 15, or 30 days.
So, so prompt pay definition is after you get paid by the county, you have 30 days to pay your subcontractors, as long as there's no issues on the job. Once you receive payment from the county, you're responsible of getting payment to that subcontractor for completed work. That's the simplest I can put it. Is there anything that I need to elaborate on? Because I can't see the chat, so please forgive me.
There's nothing else in here. And no, I'm not the only one that can see it, but if you direct message me, then that's why I only see some of the questions. So make sure if you want to have it open, that keep it open and not direct to me. If you want Simone to be able to follow that.
Okay, thank you. Good, Miss Kelly?
We're all good.
Hello?
You're good to go. There's no more questions.
And I don't see any questions either.
Okay. So we're going to move on to trucking. For county funded projects, the following criteria are used to determine how DMWB trucking performance is evaluated. Credit may be awarded for participation by DMW, a trucking firm, for the total value of the transportation service it provides on the contract using trucks that it owns, insures, and operates using drivers it employs. Prior to now, non-MDB truckers were counted on St. Louis County projects. MoDOT allows this, however, IDOT does not, because monitoring of such is too cumbersome and fosters potential fraud. So when a DBE trucking firm leases from a non-DBE trucking firm, gold credit is limited to the fee or commission the DBE receives as a result of the lease arrangement. The fee or commission should be indicated on the lease. So again, as we are defining our processes and procedures, we are requiring when we do a pre-job meeting that trucking list be submitted at the beginning so we understand what's going on with the trucking on our projects. This has gone very smooth thus far. So if you are going to contract with the county and you are a trucker, we are going to require that information so that we have all the information up front. Again, this will also come on the monitoring part of it, because we want to make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. So our specialists will probably be out there asking some questions as well. So is there any questions on that?
All clear here.
All clear. Okay. Compliance reporting. It is mandatory that contractors, consultants, regardless of tier, use the DMRS, that's the B2G system, for this reporting. Failure to comply with this requirement may constitute a breach of contract and may result in the termination of the contract or such other remedies as defined in the contract. The WBE program may withhold prime contractor payments, and prior to now, progress payments were not being withheld for not reporting. It is super important for all parties involved to do this piece. We would love for you to do it monthly or weekly, however your time permits. But again, this eliminates all issues that come up with projects so that we don't have to do it at the end of the project. When the problems occur and we don't know until the end of the project, that causes so many issues. So compliance reporting is going to be mandatory, and there are going to be consequences and maybe money withheld if that is not completed in a timely manner. Again, if you need training on the system, we will be happy to make sure that you get that training. Just contact us and we'll make that happen. Is there any questions on that?
I have a question. How you doing? This is Vladimir Monroe. Good morning, Gina. How are you? Can you hear me?
Good morning. Hi, Vlad. Is that Vlad?
You?
You're breaking up a little bit.
Sorry. Let me see what I can.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Is that better?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
So I have two questions. One pertains to this one, and the other question I have pertains to the previous slide. And I apologize. I was trying to get in before you moved on, but you know, sometimes in the morning you move a little slow when you haven't had your requisite coffee and or tea.
You're breaking up, Vlad, again. Is he breaking up for the rest of you guys?
No. And I completely agree with you, Vlad.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, Vlad. They may have to repeat your question.
Okay, no problem. So the first question that I have is, you said your compliance software. What software are you guys using to monitor adherence on your goals and your program?
We're using B2G, Vlad. This is Nate Adams.
Okay. And then could we go back to the last slide, the one with trucking?
This one?
Yes, ma'am. So yes. Are you allowing truckers to sort of share trucks, sort of like an industry standard?
Gina, he wants to know, are we allowing trucks to be shared? And you can handle that, or I can handle it, or Trini can handle it. It doesn't.
Is that really referring to the 1-to-1 ratio?
Go ahead, Nate. Because they're breaking up for me. Okay. I'm sorry, Vlad.
This is Nate, so I'm gonna answer it. On St. Louis County projects, if a trucking firm is not listed on the U plan, he will have, or she will have to be added to the contract prior to them starting any trucking operations. So if on the U plan we turn in MWD contractor A can't supply all the trucks at that particular time. So he turns around, or she turns around, and she contacts MWD contractor B. They will have to submit a request to add that trucking firm. Mm-hmm. And once they've added them, we've approved them, then they will go into the operation and they will get counted as such. If in fact the MWD subcontracts out any of that work to a non-eligible firm, they will only get credit, meaning the prime contractor, for the fees that the MWBE makes off of that job. There's no 1-for-1 like on the federals, on MoDOT's federal side. You must be a MWD to get full credit on county projects. And again, like it says, it's too cumbersome. It's hard to monitor, and we're not going to allow that on county projects for that reason. And we've had experience with this, so it's not something we just pull out of a hat. You know, it's been already seen and done and documented what happens on when it's done like that. And since we, St. Louis County, are responsible for the monitoring and of the MoDOT project once we accept the funds, then we have to do our due diligence and accept what they accept, but we don't have to do that on county funded projects.
Thank you.
Are you understand?
Yes.
Does everyone understand that?
Sure.
Gina, I do have a question from Sherlyn. It says, with regards to trucking for the MWBEs, can they do joint ventures?
That would have to be like a lease agreement. So Nate, I don't know how the county, like I said, I'm still learning processes too. Do we do joint ventures with that?
Again, if you go back to the premise of counting participation in a narrowly tailored program, it is important that DBE credit be awarded only for work actually being performed by DBEs themselves. So if there's a joint venture agreement with a DBE and a non-eligible person or company, that work doesn't count. It's only for whatever work the DBE does. And that's straight out of the federal reg.
So if you have a joint venture, and let's suppose I'll use Monroe and Associates because I'm familiar with them. If you use Monroe and Associates in a joint venture, is 51% ownership of the joint venture, and we perform, say, $100,000 worth of work as a joint venture, would you count $51,000 towards participation?
That's exactly what's counting. If you're only doing 51%, okay. If you can't, you only count what the DB actually does, or the MW in local cases. You only count what they do. So if you say, for instance, joint venture gets the job, and Vladimir or Monroe and Associates does 10% of the work, that's all it's going to get counted, and you're probably now less than commercially useful, so you won't get any credit.
Do you look at what the joint venture ownership states? So
yeah, that's why I'm giving you 51%.
No, so the joint venture does 100% of the scope. However, 51% of the joint venture is owned by Monroe and Associates, which is a minority-owned firm, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes, sir.
So in that component, would only $51,000 count towards participation?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Monroe's the only D or M of record. The other 49% belongs to the non-eligible person.
Right. Yep.
But Nate, can you expand on, you're saying if you do that point, you'd be less than commercially useful, and then you would not be able to be counted at all? Could you expand on your latest statement?
Well, if the firm does less, if any contractor does less than 30%, that's straight out of 49 CFR Part 26 also. You don't count anything. You don't cuff, you don't meet the cuff requirement because you've done less than 30%. It says only count, say DB does not perform a cuff unless it performs at least 30% of the work of a contract with his own forces. That's straight out of 49 CFR Part 26.
Thank you.
Yeah. We good? Okay, thanks. I'm sorry, Vlad. I don't know why our connection was messing up, but Thanks, Nate. Yeah, I can only hear every other word. So thank you for that.
The bow tie has been known to disrupt.
I hear you. Okay, and so now we're going to go to materials and supplies. The county will determine the amount of credit awarded to a firm for the provisions of materials and supplies, whether a firm is acting as a regular dealer or a broker, on a contract by contract basis. MWB contract mixer trucks will be considered as a supplier and will receive 60% gold credit on the county funded projects. The county does not consider mixer truck itself as a factory or establishment as defined in section 7.41. If we allow mixer trucks to count as 100%, it would harm ready mix producers that have a ready mix plant. It would also encourage prime contractors not to utilize the DMW subcontractors. Prior to now, we only counted fees that the ready mixer trucker producer keeps. So I know that we had a meeting prior to this. This is what the county has stood on. We've talked to federal government. We've talked to USDOT. We've talked to all of that, and they consider mixer trucks as a bulk supplier. So we follow those guidelines. That is in our rules and regulations right now, and that's where we stand. So that's kind of the end of my presentation. We are happy to field any other questions. Nate, you can fill in where you would like to as well. And if there's not, and hearts and minds are clear, as my friends always say, I'm just going to hand it over back to Nate to add some things if you want to. Or are you good? You're on mute, I think.
There's a question from Ms. Shauna in the
I'm sorry, Ms. Shauna.
It says to clarify, only truckers pre-approved and added to the contract to be on the project will count towards gold participation.
Correct.
The other truckers showing up on the project doing compliance monitoring will not count. That's exactly right.
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
Are there any other questions? The chat box on my end does not have anything in it. I don't know what yours says, Kelly.
Sherlyn wants to know if we'll have a recording of this meeting, if it can be able to be sent out.
It is being recorded. Miss Kelly?
Yep, we're happy to provide that.
Okay. Yes. All right. Well, again, thank you guys for joining us this morning. Again, time is valuable, so we appreciate that you spent your time with us. If you have any questions, again, when that recording gets sent out, all of our contact information will be included. So call us at any time. We are happy to have the conversation regardless of what it is. So thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.
Gina, there's another question. It's from Dana. It says, how are we able to let our contractors know what percentage of participation they can expect if it is a case by case?
Well, there are some specialty items on some contracts, so we have to consider that. But for most industry standards, it will be 60%. But we do evaluate contract by contract to make sure that everything is industry standard. That's how we do that. We review every single contract. That's how we're going to make that determination.
Here's another question from Bobby. How are trucking firms notified if they are put on a project?
They should have submitted a bid prior to the contract being sent over to us. So that's one notification, but there's also a notice of intent that gets sent out so that you should be able to sign that. And that's how you're going to be made aware of that you're on the project.
Okay, thank you, Gina. There's been multiple projects that after the fact, they have told me that they had put me down for
Oh,
WBE,
sure.
and I was not even made aware of it. So that's why I was curious if there was another form or something, because there's a lot of projects I don't actually bid going into it. It's just a set rate.
Sure. Yeah, if that happens, and we understand that does happen from time to time, but you should have sent, I know on St. Louis County projects, you should be sent a notice of intent to sign to make sure, everything's in order. So you're aware you're put on the contract.
Okay, thank you.
So we will, I'm sorry, go ahead, Nate.
No, also, like Ms. Montgomery said, when you sign your notice of intent, that's saying that they're going to utilize you. And at that point, I think it becomes your duty to follow up with the prime. We probably, and I can't guarantee this, we'll talk about this internally because it requires a lot of work and effort, but we may send out a U plan to all the subs. We may start doing that. That's something we'll have to take care of internally. But for right now, once you sign your notice of intent, because they have to turn that in, that's saying that they're going to utilize you on that project. And at that point, you put it on your schedule or however you contact your own prime contractors to stay in touch with them so they can notify you.
Okay, thank you.
Another question we have from Fran is, where can we obtain a copy of St. Louis County MWBE program rules?
I believe they are going to be put up on the website. That's what I believe. So unless
they are going to be on the website,
yeah.
And we can make sure that anyone that wants a copy of it, they're already posted. They've been posted for a while because I've been getting questions since they were posted on the from the county council's copy. But we will make sure that you get anyone that wants one. Absolutely. They can request it, and we will make sure that you get them. It's a 73-page document.
Absolutely.
Nicole asks, will you offer a separate session for MWBE rules for professional services?
We can. If there's further discussion that you guys want to have, absolutely we can. Just reach out to me and we'll get that set up.
No further questions.
Okay. Well,
there's
again,
none in my chat box either. So.
Kelly, any in yours?
No, I'm hopefully there.
Well, hold on. Some says 2 new messages. Maybe it's.
It looks like Kyle just posted a PDF of the MWBE rules for everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
How are we able to let our contracts participate in space? Okay.
I think we already did that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Will you offer? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good enough.
Okay. Again, thank you guys for sharing your morning with us. I am so happy to see your faces again. I feel like we've been away for a while, switching roles and everything. So thank you guys for coming on and saying hello. If you guys, again, have any questions, please feel free to contact us. And again, enjoy your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Job well done.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Great job, everybody.
Thank you, Jack. Ooh. Look. How have you been? I know social hour. How have you been? You been good?
I've been fine. Glad
Good.
You guys continuing the good work.
Yes.
Way to go, y'all.
Thank you. Is that Miss Fran? I heard her voice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Miss Fran, thank you so much.
Thank you, Wale. I got to reach out to Mr. Ovasuli.
Yeah, and Mr. Steve Lewis, if you're still there, it's long overdue.
Yeah.
We need to talk.
You're on mute, Steve.
Good morning, Vita.
And
Good morning,
Miss
Wally.
Marsha.
Thank you for good to see you, sir.
Yeah, Marsha, Miss Marsha from East St. Louis. Thank you also for showing up. We appreciate your participation.
Good morning and congratulations, Soror Gina.
Hi, Soror Nicole. How are you?
Wonderful.
Not a sorority session. This is not a sorority meeting.
Hey, listen, we got to get it in. We got to get it in.
And I'm congratulating St. Louis County.
Mr. Ned Adams, I happen to represent all the ladies. So you're
I know that's right, Miss.
Yeah, I do recognize him, but it's not a sorority meeting.
It's Friday, Nate. It's Friday.
Okay. Y'all,
it's Friday,
man.
Nate. Let it be a meeting. Let it be a meeting.
Fran says you got it. You got it. Fran
you got it. You got it.
That's exactly. How you doing, Miss Nicole?
Thank you.
All right.
DNR building group is on.
Join the show.
He was quiet.
Okay.
Thank you again, Miss Kelly. Thank you.
Yeah, Kelly, thanks a lot. Yeah, we really appreciate it. At least we're getting a little something for our dues, right, Miss Kelly?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim's on. Hey, Kim. So all of you that are still on, this is Kim Hitchens. She'll be one of our specialists coming on next week. So,
well, congratulations, Kim. You got a wonderful team that you're gonna work with there.
Oh, Fran.
Well, thank you, Fran.
I know y'all wonderful.
You all wonderful. We're all wonderful. We help
y'all
each
the
other.
best in the land.
Oh Lord.
Here we go with that, Fran. Okay, Fran. Well, thank you.
From the best.
Yeah.
Thank
you, guys. All right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get some
Have a good weekend,
coffee.
guys.
All right, you too, Fran. Take care, everybody.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for the meeting.
Thank you now.
No problem. Thank you so much for coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.